All right. Hey, everybody. All right. So we are diving into our 7th topic in this well-being series. So thank you to everybody who is here. And we are going to talk about adventure. And for those of you who didn't come to the live class and are watching the recording, I hope you were out having some adventure, because this is a really important topic when it comes to well-being, as I'm going to dive into. So, I'm not going to be talking about anything that could even remotely possibly be considered as diagnosing, treating, curing, or preventing any disease. We're talking about having fun. We're talking about well-being so that you actually stay well and stay healthy. So my name is Allie Phillips, and if you are not familiar with me, I have been an attorney for almost 28 years. I am a former prosecuting attorney, and I've spent my entire legal career in the criminal justice field. I am an animal protection legal expert, and I specialize in investigating and prosecuting animal abuse and how animal abuse links to family violence. And as a result of that, I am the CEO and founder of a nonprofit I created called Sheltering Animals and Families Together. And I help domestic violence shelters to create on-site pet kennels. So now you know why I play with crystals and oils all day, because that's some pretty heavy work to have to deal with. In that work, I do a lot of writing, and I do a lot of public speaking at national and international conferences. But in my healing business called Manifested Harmony, I have 7 different certifications in healing and wellness, and I blend it all together as a holistic wellness consultant. And I am the author of The Oily Crystal and The Oily Pet. That is my cat Rudy sitting on the back of the chair, and maybe today he will join us. Right now he is downstairs with his nose in the window watching the birds play outside. So I am also a Young Living brand partner. So at the end, I'm going to be talking about some products that are going to really help with getting into an energy of adventure. So as I mentioned, this is the 7th in the series, and we're just talking about adventure as a form of well-being. So let's dive into this. So if you are not having fun and adventure in your life, I think you might need a funtervention. So this is a fun word I came up with, and it's basically for somebody who needs a fun intervention. Because if you are adulting too much, that's not well-being at all. It's not well-being. So, we live in a world right now, so it's July 2022, and we live in a world where energies have shifted dramatically. They are continuing to shift. This is a big year of big shifts happening that are basically stepping on the backbone of the shift that we had in 2020. And if you have goals or dreams, but you're stuck and you're struggling and you no longer enjoy what you used to, like maybe you started out in a career and you're like, I don't enjoy it anymore. Or you started a side business and it's like, it brings me no joy. Why would I do this? We've all had a tough couple of years. We've had a pandemic. There's been political upheaval. There's a lot of angry people. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of financial upheaval, and that will suck all the fun and adventure out of anyone. And so part of well-being is being very intentional about having fun in your life. So, for some of you, life may feel very mundane, like you're doing the same thing over and over again every day. Kind of like, and here I'm going to date myself, but back in the 80s, there was the Dunkin' Donut commercial of the guy who would wake up every morning. He'd, put his coat on, put his hat on. And as he was walking out the door, he would say, time to make the donuts, time to make the donuts. If you're like that, where you literally wake up, go to work, come home exhausted, go to sleep, wake up and do it all over again, that's mundane. If you are a busy mom, where you wake up, you take care of your family, you cart the kids around everywhere that they need to go, you take care of the house, you cart the kids around some more, you take care of everybody at the end of the day, you go to sleep and you do it all over again. So in these scenarios, where in there are you doing something for you? Just for the sole purpose of doing something for you. This is not selfish, it is self-care. Because if you are not doing things for your life, if you are not living your life, who's going to live it for you? Okay, so we are at a halfway point in this year. And do you feel like what you wished for on New Year's Day has come true or is closer to coming true? Because if not, if you feel stuck, if you feel like you're struggling, having an infusion of fun and adventure, especially here in North America, we're in summer, this is the time to do it. And I'm going to share with you in a little bit an interesting lesson that I learned about 5 years ago when it came to fun and goals, especially if you feel stuck. So my question for you is, are you a fun seeker or a fun avoider? So I want to give you some questions to answer. And, you know, these are kind of my been there, done that ways that I know if I'm not having enough fun. If you're not having fun in your life, you're actually not growing and you're actually suppressing a part of your inner self, because we're all born with a fun gene. I mean, some people call it your inner child. I want you to think back to when you were a child. Where did that spirit go? Where did that fun, playful spirit go? So I want to ask you some questions. And if you answer yes to any of these, you probably need a fun intervention. Yes or no? You are not excited to begin your day. Because you wake up, you do the same thing over and over and over again. You spend your workday doing things that do not inspire you. You are inspired with joy throughout the day. However, you spend too much time getting caught up in tasks and you're all work and no play and not actually relaxing. Everything is a priority that comes before you. You do not do things by yourself or for yourself or with even fun adults, like go see a movie or take a vacation alone. You care about what others think about how you spend your time because you're a parent or you have an important job and you're worried that you're going to be looked down upon if you take the day off and go have fun. How many of you answered yes to any of those? Several years ago, I answered yes to all of those. And then I flipped it around because I understood a part of well-being that very, very few people talk about is having fun and adventure in your life. Okay, so did you know that there's actually studies out there, but I was reading an article on NPR and they were talking about how adults need recess. We need recess. And one big benefit is that you choose it. It's voluntary and it takes your mind and your thoughts out of an obligatory to-do list. The act of choosing recess, a timeout, is more important than the actual outcome of what you do. Let me say that again. You choose it, it's voluntary, and it takes your brain out of the adulting to-do list mode. Because the more that we adult, the less fun we allow ourselves to have. I'm trying to figure out who came up with the rule that as you grow older, you grow less fun and you have less adventure. Who came up with that? Because that is so wholeheartedly wrong. The more pressures we have on ourselves, the more responsibility and obligations we have in our life, we should be increasing the fun and the adventure level to offset it. But we don't. We actually squish it. We TGIF. We literally waste the week looking forward to Friday, to when we're typically so exhausted that we don't even enjoy the weekend. And then starting about Sunday afternoon, you start worrying about what's going to be waiting for you at work on Monday. Does this ring a bell? So people who TGIF are not present, not enjoying each day. They're wasting 6 days out of the week waiting to get to Friday. If you save for that once a year vacation or a staycation, if you're staying at home, but then you find that you're too exhausted and too cranky to enjoy it, or you fill it with too much stuff. If it's a staycation, maybe you stay at home and you paint the house, or you remodel the bathroom. That's not a vacation. Where's the fun and adventure in that? Vacation means you vacate your life, okay? How many times have we all done that? A lot. Or we actually binge on a lot of fun, ignore responsibilities, and then we actually have a binge fun hangover because we didn't balance it. That's well-being. Well-being is about balance. So, what does fun mean to you? What does that mean to you? And if you don't know, I think you need a fun intervention. So I want you all to take this quiz if you haven't already done it. So this is an amazing, super easy quiz to take to really determine your personality style. And it comes down to 4 different personality colors. If you're in Young Living, you're probably very familiar with this. So I encourage you to take this to see where you land. What is your primary color? So the blues are the fun personality. They are instinctively looking for fun in everything. There could be a really horrible project at work that nobody wants to do, but the blue is going to make it fun for everybody. The blue is helping everybody have a fun vacation. The blue is taking a really boring class and making it fun and exciting. The reds are the leaders. The greens are the research analytical people, the dot the I and the cross the T people. And the yellows just give. They love community. They love being with others. So I would encourage you to take this quiz and see where you are. So for me, what's interesting is I'm a very high red, but then I'm a very high secondary blue. And if that's you, that just means you work hard, but then you play hard. And I actually talk about that a lot. I have 3 businesses. I work very hard, but then when I go out for fun and adventure, I play hard. Okay, I just don't sit at home and read a book or stuff like that. No, I hop in the car, I head to the lake, I head to the water, I head up north in Michigan. I'll take a 4-hour drive just to go stick my toes in a lake, play hard. So I want you to see where you land, because, when you're all work and all worry and no play or adventure, your energy is going to be imbalanced, and that is not well-being. And we live in an energy of give and receive. And if you give all the time through work and through caring for others, and don't receive by allowing yourself fun and adventure and self-care, you will stop the flow of this give and receive, which stops the flow of abundance. You will feel emotionally imbalanced, and you're going to struggle to reach your goals, and you're not going to have well-being in your life. This is going to help you figure out where you are, because if you score very low on blue, then you have to be very intentional about fun and adventure. All right, So each of these classes in this series, I'm moving up the chakras. This month, I want to talk about the Zeal chakra, which is probably a chakra you've never heard of. Okay. It is at the base of your skull, that little indentation at the base of your skull on your neck. And the Zeal chakra is called the mouth of God. It's also called the well of dreams. Some people call it the ascension chakra. And it's related to your nervous system, your neck, but also your pineal and pituitary glands. And this is a chakra that you don't need to do anything specific to activate it. Okay. It's either open or it's closed based on your lifestyle. Okay. There's nothing about having a depleted Zeal chakra or an inflamed Zeal chakra. It's either open or it's closed. And when you make choices that serve you through self-care, based on how you love and accept yourself, based on how you love and accept others, it's going to open. And when it opens, it helps for all the higher chakras to open, which we'll talk about as we go through the rest of the year. And when this chakra is open, you're able to allow yourself to have fun, to have adventure, to go off and take care of yourself, even when you have responsibilities and obligations at home or work. You're intuitive and you get unstuck. And so this chakra is all about connecting communication and intuition, because it's literally in between your throat chakra and your third eye. It's connecting these two together, and it's opening your receptors. You know, we live in this give and receive world. It's opening you to allow to receive. People who are good at receiving have fun and adventure in their life. Okay, people who give all the time typically don't. People who take all the time typically don't. But when you are, there's a difference between taking and being open to receiving. When you're open to receiving through the Zeal chakra, then this actually moves energy in your body and you get unstuck. So if you have a goal that you've been working on and you're stuck, this is one that you want to work on. And like I said, you don't have to do anything specific to activate it. It's about the choices that you make in your life on how you are taking care of yourself. So if you are falling into the camp where you take care of everybody else, if you're a yellow personality and you take care of everybody else, your Zeal chakra is closed tight and nailed shut. I'm not saying don't take care of people, but you have to take care of yourself first before you take care of anybody else. And this is when your Zeal chakra will open. And when it's not, or when it's in the process of opening, you may hear buzzing in your ears. You may start getting headaches and have vision problems and neck tension and fatigue. And you actually may feel like spiritually lost for a moment. And it's because it's opening and it's literally shaking up your world. But it is the chakra that balances the entire chakra system. So this is a big one to work with. Now you can put some high frequency oils at the base of your skull. And, you know, some high frequency oils to work with are going to be like frankincense, sacred frankincense, or any of the floral oils. Doesn't have to be rose. It could be jasmine, neroli, geranium, ylang-ylang. It can be any of those. It can be northern light black spruce. It can be the Idaho blue spruce. Those are all very good high frequency oils that you put right in that crevice at the base of your skull. And, you know, and this chakra resonates with the color magenta. So any magenta colored crystal, like eudialyte, that's spelled eudialyte, eudialyte, or cobaltocalcite or magenta calcite, even pink tourmaline would be good. But this is an important chakra because if you are stuck in life, if you are stuck in a goal, The one prescription I give people, go out and have fun. Because you're too uptight about it. You're too uptight about it. You're too focused on it. You need to let go so that you can receive. When you're out having fun, that's a form of well-being and self-care. And then the Zeal chakra opens, which balances your energy, and you can receive. You see how this all works together? So it's an amazing, amazing chakra. All right, let's get into some lifestyle recommendations. All right, so there are a million things that you can do for fun and adventure. Okay, we're all different people. We all have different things. So I'm just going to kind of give some ideas that I've done, that I've recommended to other people. You know, I love scheduling events where we just go out and play and have fun. Like this Friday, I'm having my annual summer potluck for my oil team here at my house. And we're just going to eat and drink and have fun on my patio. That's a fun thing to do. But one of the big things is to just don't care about what other people think. Okay, so if you are worried about, you know, well, I'm a mom, you know, I shouldn't go off for the weekend by myself and rejuvenate, you know, my gosh, what would my friends think? Or I have a very professional job. If I'm out having fun, you know, what are people going to think? Who cares? Seriously, who cares? That is allowing their opinion to run your life. And if they are not paying your bills and living in your skin, they don't get an opinion and they don't get a vote. Don't let them give an opinion, because only you are living in your skin and living your life. And frankly, they need fun too if they're judging you for it. Take them out with you and have some fun. You know, one thing that I remember from a book called Simple Abundance is the author recommends having a comfort drawer in your home filled with fun items, not for the kids. None of this is for the kids. This is all for the child in you. And she says, you know, fill it with coloring books and Play-Doh and puzzles and a Rubik's Cube and, you know, all the things that kids like, but this is for you, a comfort drawer, so that when you're stressed, you start putting yourself in situations of play and adventure as a stress response. And then you're going to come back from that stress response very quickly. You know, go out and test drive your dream car. If you've always wanted to own a Porsche, go to the Porsche dealership. See if they'll let you test drive a Porsche. You know, if you've got kids or pets that literally keep you at home without much freedom, get a babysitter or a pet sitter for the night, for the day, for the weekend. Get one. And go do something fun. You know, plan a solo vacation. Even if it's just an overnight, plan a solo vacation. Delegate tasks, you know, like yard work and, you know, housework. Delegate it so that you can have some fun. Take a day trip. You know, what is your nature element? I posted about this on Instagram the other day. What's your nature element? Because that is the most healing element for you to be in. Is it water? Is it the sun? Is it the mountains? Is it a forest? You know, take a day trip to where you feel your nature element the most. You know, for me, it's water. I'm always going to Lake Michigan. And I go a lot. I go about once a week. And it helps. It actually helps me with my goals and it helps me with my business. It took me a while to get to that point, but it is the most responsible thing that I can do for my 3 businesses is to go have fun at the lake. Because I get a lot of inspiration when I'm there and all my businesses are very creative. So this is what happens. You become a better part of yourself. You know, go ride a roller coaster. You know, this is the one opportunity where you can literally scream out your frustrations and it's, you know, socially okay to do that. Go to an amusement park. Go to festivals and farmers markets and art fairs. There's a lot of outdoor summer events to enjoy. Play like a child. What did you love doing as a child? Do that. For me, it's roller skating, which I still have my roller skates, my indoor, like roller rink, roller skates from 7th grade. Oh, I still have them. And I will roll around downstairs on my hardwood floor, freaks out my cats. But I do that. I loved baton twirling. You'll catch me out in my backyard twirling my batons. Play like a child. The thing that you love to do the most as a child, why aren't you doing that? Do that. Do that. Okay. It's a tremendous form of well-being. Go dancing. Go roller skating, join a sports team, a kickball team, have a picnic and, invite friends over and have fun, like the summer potluck that I'm doing this Friday. I do it I do a potluck once a quarter, but this is the summer one. We're going to be outdoors and having fun, have a picnic, go somewhere and just take a lot of photos, go on a photography adventure. Go to an outdoor movie, go rock hounding. That's one of my favorite things to do on the beach, is to look for pretty rocks. Go, fly a kite, invite friends over for drinks and coloring in a coloring book, or make oily Play-Doh, host a Legos night. Get a bouncy castle in your yard, get a trampoline. Buy some bubble wands. I have this huge bubble wand, and I'll just run through my yard with it. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. It is hilarious. It's so much fun. It's very freeing. Play with kittens and puppies. Go to the shelter, go to a friend who has kittens and puppies, play with them. There's lots of things that you can do. And here's the thing. We should be doing something fun that brings adventure to our heart every single day. Every single day. And it only takes 5 or 10 minutes. So take your little container of bubbles, go outside and blow bubbles. Heck, I think I'm going to do that after this webinar. It doesn't take a lot of time. Something every day, because it gets you into a different part of your brain. It gets you into kind of the right creative brain, the childhood brain. And your stress levels are going to drop. And you're going to feel so much better. This is really, really important stuff to carve into your calendar. So I want to challenge everybody to a fun challenge. And I want to tell you what I was challenged to about 5.5 years ago. But first, do something fun every day. Spend time with a fun friend. We all have that one fun friend, and we look at him or her and we're like, oh my gosh, they're just crazy. Like they're so much fun. They're just out there doing whatever they want to do. I mean, they're crazy. Yeah, be with that person. Hang out with that person more. And then schedule the fun in your calendar until you get into the habit of doing this. So going back to what I said earlier about how if you feel stuck in life, if you feel stuck with a goal and you're not moving anywhere, it's like you're in quicksand, you need a fun challenge. So I was going for a really, really big goal. It was February of 2017. And I had to reach it by the end of the month. I was about a week away and I wasn't even close. And it's like, oh crap. I'm not and there was a deadline to meet it. It's not like I could do it the next month. And it's like, oh gosh, this is not good. And one of my friends who were accountability partners with each other, she said, I challenge you to do something fun every day for the next 7 days. You got to get your mind off of this. She said, you are way too focused on this. You have done all that you can, and you literally need to get out of that part of the brain that's trying to jam a square peg into a round hole, get into the other side of your brain you need to do something fun every day. And she challenged me. Well, I'm primarily a red personality, strong secondary blue. So it's like, oh, you challenge me? I'll go for it. And the blue in me kicks in. So I went roller skating. I went to the beach in the middle of the winter in Michigan in February. You know, afternoon matinee at the movies where I was the only one there with a big thing of popcorn. And yes, I think I even drank a glass of wine in the middle of the day because it's like, forget it. I'm like done with my goal. I need to do something fun. And you want to know what happened? I came up with a brilliant idea 2 days before the end of this goal. Brilliant idea. Came to me out of the blue. I implemented it. Boom, I hit the goal. That's what happens when you put fun in your life. Because if you're too adult and too left-brained, you may need to solve an issue and get yourself unstuck with your right brain, your creative brain. That's what a fun challenge is going to do. Okay. So I'm challenging you to a fun challenge. Okay. All right. Let's talk about some essential oils as part of your fun challenge. Well, we're in July. It's adventure and fun month. So you're going to need your mineral sunscreen. These are all Young Living products. All right. Let me tell you about the sunscreen if you've never used it. I have super fair skin. I have vitiligo. So I have, you see the white patches on my skin? I cannot get burned at all. I love this sunscreen. It protects from UVA and UVB rays. It is reef safe because there's a lot of countries, and even Hawaii have passed laws that you can't wear sunscreen in the ocean anymore because it's killing the reefs. This is reef safe, so you can wear it. It's made with non-nano zinc, which means it sits on your skin longer. It doesn't soak in. Most sunscreens soak into your skin and they're full of such chemicals. You're literally poisoning yourself. So it sits on your skin. You're not going to have a white residue. You know, it's formulated without any of the scary ingredients like avobenzone. It doesn't have oxybenzone, no parabens, no phthalates, no petrochemicals, no UV chemical absorbers, no artificial colors, no synthetic fragrances. It's cruelty-free, and it's got some really amazing skin nourishing essential oils in it, like helichrysum, lavender, myrrh, carrot seed oil, which is a natural sunscreen. It's got frankincense. It's amazing. I swear by it. And for somebody with vitiligo, I can't mess around with sunscreens. I have to be, and I'm going to the lake all the time. I have to be super careful. I love it. That is what you need for your adventure month. You also need Young Living's insect repellent because it is labeled to repel mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas. You guys, ticks. It is labeled to repel ticks. A lot of people don't realize that this is safe to put on your pets because it is 89% sesame seed oil. Am I doing the math right? Yep, 10% essential oils and 1% vitamin D, which is a natural preservative. That's it. That's all that's in it. This is already diluted. Doesn't matter how big or small the pet is. Here is your flea and tick repellent that you can put on them. There's no DEET, no parabens, fillers, phthalates, petrochemicals, no animal-derived ingredients, nothing synthetic. And a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. I put it in a squirt bottle, 2 squirts on each arm, on each leg, and I'm covered. It's totally safe to use with children. And it smells great. I mean, it's citronella, lemongrass, rosemary, geranium, spearmint, thyme, and clove, plus vitamin D and sesame oil. That's it. That's all that's in it, and it absolutely works. So you're going to need that for your fun adventure month. You're also going to need Lavaderm After Sun Spray. This is amazing. If you haven't used this, you're going to want to keep this in stock all the time. It is basically a spray lotion. When you spray it on, it sticks, it doesn't run. Okay. And it gives you immediate relief from pain caused by sunburns, bug bites, scratches. It'll prevent peeling from a sunburn. It cools a sunburn. If you trip and fall and, bruise up your knee and it starts swelling, you get this on it. And you'll be amazed at what happens. So I actually had a fall a week ago during I was away at Mackinac Island for the 4th of July weekend, and, kind of ran off the side of the road and fell down, and I'm okay. But I could see that my knee was starting to bruise and starting to swell. I travel with the sunscreen, the insect repellent, and the Lavaderm. I have a little case, and they're with me all the time. And I put that Lavaderm after sunspray on it. No swelling, no bruising. Okay, you're going to want that. You're also going to want your Agilis capsules. If you're feeling achy and physically not feeling as adventurous as you should be, this is your joint support. It's labeled to be anti-inflammatory. I mean, it's got all the good anti-inflammatories in it, like glucosamine, calcium, turmeric. It has undenatured collagen type 2. Collagen type 2 is for joints. Collagen type 1 is for skin. So this is great for your joints. It's got frankincense resin powder and a lot of anti-inflammatory oils in it. And it's different from the BLM capsule. A lot of people are familiar with BLM, stands for bones, ligaments, and muscles. This is joint support, whereas BLM is bones, ligaments, muscles. There's a difference, okay? All right, and then your oils that are really going to get you in the mood for daily fun and adventure, the Freedom Oil. This, when you smell it, will help you feel liberated from what is holding you back in your life from having fun. You're going to feel emotional freedom and confidence, and troubles are just going to lift off of you. Negative thinking is going to lift off of you. It soothes stressed nerves, from working hard all week. And then you have no joy left or energy left for adventure by the time you TGIF. So this is your emotional wellness oil. The Joy Blend, if you are not having fun, this is going to inspire you to live through your passions and joy. It's going to give you an emotional lift because it's got citrus oils and floral oils in it. And it's, we've lived in a tough world the last couple of years. So it's known for releasing grief and negative emotions, which can block your fun or leave you feeling, if you're feeling guilty about having fun, you need to use the Joy Oil. And then inner child, the name says it all. We all have this inner child in us that loves to have fun. I want you to think back to the 3- and 4-year-old version of you. You start using that inner child blend, that 3- and 4-year-old version of you is going to come out. What did he or she like to do as a child? That's what you need to do. So if you liked baton twirling, I highly recommend you go get some batons. If you liked roller skating, go get some roller skates. If you have a hula hoop, go get a hula hoop. Okay, let that inner child come out because it's still in you, and it's there to really heal you. So when people talk about healing their inner child, just go have fun. Just go and have some fun. That is a major part of healing and well-being, is to have fun. Because people who are too serious all the time, or working all the time, or isolated inside, no friends, they're on social media all the time, but they're just not getting out and having fun and adventure. They don't have well-being in their life. This is going to allow you to get out and really enjoy life. And then everything else in your life is going to flow so much better. Now, if you love crystals, here are some fun and adventure crystals. So clear quartz basically does everything. This is going to lift your energy and, just give you that energy to go out and do something fun and adventurous. Malachite is an adventurous crystal because it really lifts heavy depression. And is going to help you release outgrown patterns like working all the time, taking care of everybody but yourself, not giving yourself you time or self-care time. Malachite's going to help you address all of that. Merlinite, which you may have never heard of merlinite, but I love merlinite. It's a beautiful crystal. This is kind of a seize the moment, live in the present crystal. It's very, very optimistic feeling. So it just brings that energy of, it's a beautiful day outside. Yes, I have a to-do list that will never end. I'm going to go outside for 30 minutes and enjoy myself. Because here's the thing, our to-do list is never done. We have to stop giving it control over our lives. Okay, it's time to start enjoying our lives. Merlinite's going to help you with that. Phenacite is going to help you with that. This is a very joyful, probably one of the highest vibrational crystals on the planet. It really helps with our mental health, lifting us up, boosting us up, and healing the soul. You know, because, you know, if you've had a hard life, if you've had a hard couple of years, it would explain why some people are still isolating in their homes and they're just not getting out and interacting with people. They're just, it was hard on them. It was hard. I even found myself at a point doing that. It's like, oh, I'm just going to stay in, I'm fine. And then I'm like, nope, I'm going to Lake Michigan. I'm going to the beach. So phenacite is a beautiful uplifting crystal. And if you need help getting any of these, let me know, because I have a private crystal store. I don't have any merlinite and I don't have any phenacite yet. Hold on, I may be getting some. And then sunstone. Oh, the name says it all. I mean, it's a sunstone. It's full of joy and vitality and energy, and it just brings a sweetness to life. And this is the crystal you want to use when you keep putting others before you at the expense of yourself. Okay, so if you're that type of person where you never take care of yourself, you are just always helping other people, you might want to have some sunstone crystals in your pocket throughout the day. All right, so your book recommendation, I want you to get a summer trash novel. That's what I want you to get. I mean, I'm reading personal development and business development books all the time. I love Elin Hildebrand books. They're not trash novels. They are actually quite fascinating. So she lives on Nantucket. I'm a big fan of Nantucket. I used to vacation there all the time. I love that island. They just had a major fire over the weekend. It just broke my heart. Big bed and breakfast burned down. You know, I have friends there. It's an amazing place. She lives there and she just writes the most amazing adventure, fun, lighthearted books where you get so wrapped up in the characters that it just takes you to a different part of your brain. So she's written 28 books. Okay, so you have these are just two that I put up there. And I was really surprised because the last time I read a book for pleasure, I was probably in high school. And my friend from Nantucket sent me a whole box of her books and I started reading them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could actually get to the point where I ignore my obligations and my to-do list because they're so good. So just grab a book that isn't going to make you a better person, isn't going to teach you something, just a book, a beach read to get away. You need a beach read this month, even next month, okay? And then these are some of the things that I do. I mean, you're always going to catch me on the beach, rock hounding, looking for shells. The bottom left corner, I love castle hopping. So whenever I go on vacation, if there is a castle in the area, I'm going to find it. I'm going to get in my little rental car. So that is the Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria, in Germany. And I drove from the Czech Republic through Austria and into Germany. And half the time my GPS wasn't even working. And it's like, I have no idea where I am. I was all by myself. Talk about a fun adventure. I enjoyed every minute of it. It was fun. I went 4 hours out of my way to get to that because it's like, that is a fairy tale castle. I loved it. The photo in the middle, I was actually at the movie film set of the Harry Potter movies in London. And that's the Great Hall if you're a Harry Potter fan. So I worked for the company that oversaw all the welfare of the animals. So I got to go out there. And then the photo on the right, my friend Smudge, high school pen pal, living in Australia now. And I actually had a chance to go to the Gold Coast of Australia to visit her. And of course, we're having loads of fun. And this is what we think about in our life, is the fun adventures that we have. You know, at the end of our life, nobody's thinking about yet another meeting or another, you know, thing that you have to write or post on social media. It's the people that you're with, the fun that you had, the adventures that you have. That's well-being. It really is. And it's going to fuel the rest of your life in such a positive way. Your relationships are going to benefit, your work is going to benefit, your goals are going to benefit. And I really learned this. I wish I would have learned this earlier in life. But I learned this about 6 years ago, and now I put fun every day so that I am truly doing my best at everything that I do. And it works. It absolutely works. All right, so if you are interested in any of my upcoming classes, here is a listing of them. If you are interested in crystals, those classes are online. So I would encourage you to take a look at them. I only teach the crystal classes 2 to 3 times a year. The animal class and the advanced class, I only teach twice a year. The basic, I teach 3 times a year. These are the last classes of this year. And then they'll come back around next February and March. So if you're interested, I love teaching those, and I am teaching a large number of young living people who really love oils and now understand how the crystals actually go with the oils. So I hope you will join me in a class. I also have an amazing Healing Angels class that's online. It's broken up into 3 segments in the evening, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful meditation and just learning about angels and how to connect with them. And it's so soothing, perfect for this, you know, world that we live in. And if you are not already in Young Living and you're watching this, whoever invited you to this, get with them so that they can help you get these products. So go to them and say, hey, I saw Allie and she was talking about sunscreen and bug spray and this, you know, after sun spray. I need to get some of that. Okay. So get with who invited you. If I invited you or you just stumble across me, you're welcome to join my team, and there's all the information there. And we'll help you get a wholesale discount, which is super easy to get, because these products are absolutely life-changing. All right, and then let's be sure to stay connected. You can see Rudy and my other chief feline officers on all my social media platforms. And, you know, we'll certainly stay connected that way. So, all right, well, thank you for joining in. And I will be sure to send the recording to everybody who registered for this. And as always, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. So thanks so much for joining in.